Hi, it's Jane with the Compassion Project, and I am here with Kristin Zako. Say hi, Kristin.
Hi, everybody.
I love this girl, honestly. She's incredible. I just found out that she had no idea what game we're playing, so I'm like, you're very brave. Put it out there.
I'm ready, Jane. Bring it.
So Kristin is a certified life and health coach. She is from Cleveland, Ohio. She's absolutely beautiful inside and out. And she has overcome a lot in her life and come out strong with a determination to help others and make a difference. And she is able to do this through her coaching. She has a one-on-one coaching business called All in Life Coaching, and her motto is Rise and Slay Life. And yeah, I thought, we did a chat a couple months ago for the Compassion Project, brought her back on to play. It's cool to connect. So some people have been watching along. This game is incredible. And so we are going to choose 3 questions. I have no idea what they are. And Kristin, I've never looked at them. So any that I've read, I put away. So these are new to me.
Oh, fun. And I like this, Jane.
These were created by Dana Clark from Toronto. She's the CEO and founder of Heroic Humans, and she has a website called Cool to Connect. And these are connection cards. So it really, I always get a bit nervous because you never know what you're going to get. But. So thank you, Kristin. I'm excited to get to know you better because you're amazing.
It's an honor to be here, and you are amazing as well. Please know that.
Oh, thanks. Okay. I think if we all try to do better in the world and help each other, then we can make the world a better place, right?
No doubt.
Okay. So just so people know, like this is how many I've never looked at the questions. I'm going to just shuffle them a little bit so you can tell that I didn't just shuffle them all up. And so I have no idea which ones we're going to get. Okay, ready? We'll start with the first one. Here we go. And then we can decide who answers it first because, you know. All right. Oh, this is a good starter. Pretty easy, I think. What are you really good at?
What am I really good at? Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I thought it would probably be easier for me to answer. Oh, I know Kristin's good at this because sometimes it's hard to, to think about yourself, what you're good at. You go first.
What am I really good at? I am, oh man. I would have had a hard time answering this question a couple years ago because I wouldn't have wanted to give myself a ton of credit on what I'm good at, but I'm actually really good at a lot of things. And the one thing I have to say that's really transformed over the years is really tapping into my heart and leading with kindness and love, even in disagreements, even in situations that, may be upsetting or maybe discouraging, and just really just tapping back into my heart and being like, and checking in with me rather than paying attention on the exterior and the chaos and people telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing. Because that was a big thing. I kind of was like allowing my story to be told for me. So doing what I truly feel in my heart, getting very honest and connecting with my heart rather than doing what somebody else says I should do is something I have gotten really good at. That I don't even know if that's a good answer, but
that is the best answer. I love it. I love it.
I just love to love, Jane. I think
if we could all do that, right?
It's so true. It's so true. And I think just having the ability to get into that alignment and following your heart, even if it's not what people expect of you, even if it's against other people's judgment and criticism, if it feels right, trust your intuition, trust your gut and your intuition. Your heart will not lead you in the wrong way.
And this is why you're a life coach, because that was amazing. So, so mine, and I had to think about it, but I'm definitely really good at this. I'm really, really good at being grateful for every moment, and it's taken a lot of practice because I was thankful for my life, and I've always been able to be like, oh, of course, thankful, but I have practiced gratitude so hard the last 3 years, so deep that I literally feel like I've formed this groove of gratitude in my brain that I wake up and I go to gratitude. When I walk the dogs, I can stop and look at the trees and be like, I am so grateful for the trees. Like, it comes to me all day long. I think of gratitude constantly because I've worked on my brain to that I always go there. So even if you get to a place where you're with something comes up and maybe the situation with another person isn't, uncomfortable, or they say something, I can switch and be like, I am so grateful for this person and I know I love them and I'll work this out. Where your brain could switch to almost like you can get upset or mad, right? I'll just, and my husband too, it's like, I am so grateful for every second I have with this man. And you saw on Facebook, my dog got attacked yesterday. Talk about going to gratitude that she survived instead of focusing on how horrible it was. Keep going. We're just grateful that she's still here.
Yeah, so that's like literally my go-to every single day. And that's gratitude is what got me out of total dark side of depression and anxiety. And so that is also, I'll piggyback off of that. That's like the name of the game. And same thing, like when I walk outside, I do my morning walks every morning, and it could be crappy weather, cold weather. I'll still find the beauty. I'll still find the gratitude and go to gratitude. And that's what keeps you going. Even in your biggest mess, you can always see some sort of beauty. Everybody, no matter what, has something to be grateful for.
Yeah. And I think I really learned that gratitude truly is a practice, because if you say, oh, I'm grateful for 5 things every day, it's going to be very surface. The gratitude that changes your life is when you feel the gratitude for your husband, not just like, I'm really grateful for my husband or your significant other, or you feel it. That's when it changes your life, because the words are surface, right? So that's when, yeah. And so, yeah, I've definitely gotten really good.
That's great. And that goes right into the same thing with trusting into your heart, following your heart.
Yeah.
It's all together.
Okay. Ready for the second question?
Do it.
Do it. Okay. I always get like, I don't know how Dana came up with these questions. She's brilliant. Okay. List 5 things about yourself that you don't need to change. 5 things that you don't need to change. Interesting. It's interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be.
Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
You can go.
Okay. I can name right off the bat one thing for sure I will never change about myself, and that's my wild child that lives inside of me. I will never change her, because I lost her for a little bit, and now she's back better than ever. And I remind myself a lot of when I was a kid. I have fun like I was a kid. I'm free-spirited like I was a kid, and that like gave me my spark back. So that's one thing I do not have to change about me. How I love and my kindness and compassion to others and to myself, I do not have to change that. My appreciation for my ability to coach people on their struggles and show them how to rewrite their story, and my appreciation for nature has been my best medicine. And the more time I spend outside in nature, the more I grow and transform and relate to nature. And just being outside has been my best medicine. And one other thing, that was 4, right? One other thing I don't have to change about myself is my passion for my purpose and my mission and my work ethic, following my heart towards it.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Now I feel like the pressure's on. Oh my goodness. That was honestly, I loved all your answers. Okay. 5 things about yourself that you don't need to change. I definitely would not change that I'm very, very empathetic. Like, I feel people's pain. It doesn't matter if I know them or not. I will, like, if there's something on the news that happens to someone I don't know, I mean, it's that just feeling someone's pain, that what they're going through. I will never would want to change that. And I think I've had it for a long, long time. I also would never change the side of me that I like to have fun. And my husband has bugged me our whole marriage. He's honestly always been like, does everything have to be fun? I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does. If I am not having fun, then yeah, no, it has to be fun. So what else? And I'm going to go a little more maybe not so deep in the way of I finally at the place in my life that I would not change my body. Like when I was young and I always had issues with body, feeling good about yourself, because I think as women we're hard on ourselves, but now I'm grateful for my body instead of what it looks like. Grateful, like women can be like, oh, stomach, whatever. I don't want to change.
We rip ourselves apart.
I know. And so I would never want to change that. Also, I would not change how deeply I love my grandchildren, my husband, my daughters, my family. How many is that? Is that 4?
I think that's 4. I think you got one more.
I would not change. Oh, these questions get you thinking.
It's true. They're good ones.
I think I would not change my ability to commit to something.
That's so huge. Yes, commitment. Oh,
yeah. So
my MO.
Been married 34 years. Totally committed to being the best grandma I can be. Put my heart and soul into being a grandma, and committed even to the Compassion Project. I'm determined. I've done like 70 chats. I just keep going, and it's just to make a difference. So yeah.
That's beautiful.
Wow, we're getting some really, really.
We should high five.
Okay, we have one more.
Okay.
Ready?
Bring it.
Thank you, Dana Clark, for creating these.
Yeah, Dana rocks. These are great. I'm gonna have to look into these.
Yeah, I think I'll tag or put her website in the comments. Okay, because they're fun to do with. I did them with my husband one night. That's why I've got a pile over here. Like, look at this. There's 52 cards in the deck. So these are ones I've looked at. My husband didn't really want to do it, but we did do a question one night, and we had a really great conversation about it. Mm-hmm. Okay, last question.
I love your reaction when you read these questions. You are so stinking cute. I can't stand it.
Oh my goodness. It's such a simple question, but very powerful. How are you? Really? Like, really, how are you? That's what it's saying. That's all the words are. How are you? And then it just says, like, really.
That's a big question. You or me? It's up to you.
We'll keep going with you first, because you.
Okay. Okay. How am I really? I feel in so many aspects of my life, I have this vision, and I feel it, and I manifest it, and I'm going towards it. And sometimes I wonder, and I kind of get into my head, and I wonder, why does anybody really care what I have to say? And I am not, a poster girl or by any means like a supermodel, but or and over this last month or so, I put on a little bit of weight. Well, who am I to be a health coach or a life coach on things surrounding your health if I myself am having moments of self-sabotage and slip-ups? But then I come back to my heart and I give myself grace and I say, Kristin, you're human. You still love yourself through it, and you still love yourself to health. And so how am I really? I'm actually really proud of myself for being vulnerable and putting myself out there and trying to give back with support and kindness and empathy and love, and wrap people up who just feel so stuck and lost in their story, and just stay focused on, yes, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have sometimes feel like you're in the valley, but the banks of my river are so strong. So no matter how that water is flowing, I will navigate. I will do whatever it takes. And like you said, as far as commitment, I'm so committed to my passion and my purpose. And so I just have to maintain or recognize, not maintain, recognize how much I do love myself and how proud I am of myself in my ups and downs. And when you can love yourself through it all, no matter where you're at, game changer, guys, game changer, because life does happen.
Yeah. Okay. That was incredible. And I love, you're so good with words. So I love that you know, and say, oh, you gained weight over the, you know, the last little while, a little bit. It's because it's through our ability to be real and our imperfections that we actually connect with people. If you put on that perfect, everything's perfect all the time, people can't connect to that. People connect to, I'm struggling too. You know, they might not know what to do or where to go, or struggling with their weight. And then all of a sudden you're this amazing life and health coach and you're like, oh, I struggle too. And I'm back. I know how to get back on track. And it's that real, Kristin, you have the biggest heart and you have so much energy. And you're just like, when people are around you, you just, yeah, that's what you have. You've got this incredible zest for life and you've got the biggest heart. But it is through our struggles that you learn, and you've gone through a lot. I'm gonna have Kristin on another time. We're gonna talk more about what she's been through. Yeah. So what was the question?
Are you okay, really? Or how are you?
How are
really?
you really?
Yes.
So yeah, it's an interesting question because I have worked very hard the last 3 or 4 years I feel like, to heal my brain, because I had a lot of issues as a teenager, and I now understand that the pathways in your brain are the grooves are deep from when you're young and insecure, and I've worked really hard. But life happens, and I actually feel a little bit emotional about that question because I think people can be like, oh, Jane's so happy and Jane seems happy and she's doing the compassion project. I'm like, I have a bit of sadness right now because of what happened yesterday with my dog. It's very so right now in this moment, I can come on and do this and have fun, but I feel like you can work so hard on yourself and then you go out in the world, and we were happily walking our little dog. She's little. And this vicious dog ran out and attacked her, like literally had her in his jaw, would have killed her. And I thought, wow, life can change in an instant. And so I feel a little shaken, probably more.
Sure,
And I
it's
think,
traumatic.
yeah, so I think you can work on yourself and be like, I'm going to be grateful, and I am going to have a fantastic day, and I'm going to be positive all day. And then you get blindsided. And I feel like I'm kind of trying to get myself back on track and be like, okay, no, I mean, that's life. Life happens. But so right now, if I answer that question, says I'm a little bit shaky, I would say, because I feel like I've got thrown off my track, but I just keep getting back on, right?
Yeah, and that's just like you said with your going to gratitude, and not on a surface level, but on a deeper level. That's why it's so important, Jane, to feel what you're feeling. You can't shove that trauma. You can't push it to the side. You have to feel shaky. You need to let those feelings come up, and you can go down the what if, or go into what if world, and oh my God, this could have happened, that could have happened. Process it, but then just for an example, my husband got in a horrible car accident. His truck was basically totaled, an F-350, and he walked away. And that was such a huge trigger. I couldn't go see him in the hospital because it was the COVID, and
oh my goodness.
my nephew Nick was killed in a car accident. So it was like this huge trigger, and I just kept telling myself, just like his truck saved his life, and his truck took a beating, but it could have been so much worse for him. And You know, just like your little dog. My neighbor's dog wasn't so lucky. That dog was ripped apart. And so it's when these things happen in a blink, your life can change right before you're in that breath, in that moment. And you're just like, but you
I
have to
know.
feel. You have to feel.
And I do think that it really shows me how important personal growth is, like working on your brain. Like, and I think a lot of people, and I was like this years ago, not even really being aware of how you think. But you can go to the gym and work on your muscles, or you can make sure you're eating healthy and all that. But to actually realize, no, you can change the way you think, because the way you think creates your entire life. So I was able during that, what happened with my, to be not in the moment, I wasn't calm, I was trying to save the dog, but to go and talk to people after and be like, this is a situation that's tough for both of us. I'm not mad. I just need safety for everyone. Like I was pretty good at, but anyway, but yeah, and then I have a few other things. You know, I've got a daughter that lives in Australia. I can't see her, so I feel lonely for her. And then I think all of us in this uncertain time have a bit of, we all want to kind of know when we can go back to normal. So I feel a little bit, yeah, I have to work on myself every day to
Yeah. And
maintain being happy. And
it's so true. And that's the first pillar of my coaching is mindfulness, because it starts first thing in the morning when you open up your eyes, and your
yeah,
thoughts can come back from yesterday. That's something that, maybe wasn't serving you. And then you can kind of start your day backwards rather than refocusing and regroup. And today is a new day. And what am I grateful for before your feet hit the floor, and then go
right,
deeper,
right.
so mindfulness is where it starts.
Okay, we will end there. Thank you. I'm grateful for you for joining me. We had some great questions. Loved
Yeah,
it.
that was so much fun. I love surprises like that. I love not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah, or which way the conversation is going to go.
Yeah,
So, but we will definitely have you on again, maybe in a couple of weeks, and we can really talk about your diabetes and all that. I think that's super interesting how you've overcome
sure.
that.
I'd be honored to share.
Okay. Okay. Love you, girl. Thanks so
Love
much.
you. Thank you so much. It was so much fun.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.